Jesus is with his disciples doing what rabbis do, teaching, talking, the disciples eating up every word. They loved him, followed him everywhere. And that's what you do with the rabbi. You follow him, every footstep, every word that he says. You go where he goes, you do what he does. He walks on water, you walk on water. Or try to. Oh, it's such an honor to be picked. Every little boy dreams of being a rabbi, longs for it. At the tender age of 6, the little boys go to Bet Sefer, house of the book, where they learn and memorize the first 5 books of Torah. And then at age 10, they go to Bet Talmud, house of learning, where they memorize the rest of the 39 books. But only the best of the best go to Bet Midrash. Only the best of the best hear the words of the rabbi that say, "Come, follow me." Only the best of the best get to be disciples. The rest go home, follow in their father's trades, get married, honorable things all, but not that special call. Not everybody makes the cut. Oh, but for those who do, they think to themselves, I'm a disciple of a rabbi, and I'm learning all these wonderful things from the rabbi, and someday I will get to be a rabbi. Oh, life is sweet. So what does it mean that James and John were in a boat with their father when Jesus first found them? What does it mean that James and John were following in their father's trade when they heard the words from Jesus? Come, follow me. Well, this Rabbi Jesus, he is different. He is different. His yoke is easy. His words ring true. But actually, at the moment, you wonder if Rabbi Jesus is a bit directionally challenged. He just turned down the road to Caesarea Philippi, and quite frankly, that is not an acceptable place for a Torah-observant Jew to be. I mean, doesn't he know where he's going? With all due respect, Rabbi Jesus, if my parents knew I was this close to Caesarea Philippi, they would be surprised. Disappointed. I would be so busted. Doesn't he? Oh, surely he does. Doesn't he know? I mean, you know about, that city, Sin City, Caesarea Philippi, a town built on a great big rock cliff, is the center for the wildest pagan worship in all the known world. It's the birthplace of the Greek god Pan. Greek god of field and forest, fertility and orgies. Pan, the son of Hermes and some Greek nymph. Pan, a creature too wild to look at with his head shaped like a goat. Well, this isn't right. This is just not right. This place is awful. It's a place of sacrifices and wild sex parties that involve humans and animals. And then there's the temple for Augustus, and so there's Caesar worship too. And all of these things, all of these terrible sacrifices, they happen on top of this rock. And at the bottom, toward the bottom of the rock, there is a gaping hole. This is where, it is said, that the demons fly out of the underworld at night. And the crevice is called the gates of hell. Jesus has taken you to a place littered with the temples of the Syrian gods, a place where the Greek gods look down, where the white marble splendor of Caesar worship dominates the landscape, a place of orgies and the crevice of hell itself. But you follow the rabbi wherever he goes. And it's here that he stops, right by the great big rock. He stops and he turns and he looks at you. What is the master doing? So, who do people say that the Son of Man is? Well, the rabbi has never asked this before. So, you think in your mind, well, you're a rabbi, of course, a great rabbi, maybe the greatest. That's the safe answer. But that's not really what he wants. And you've all heard the rumblings, that he's John the Baptist come back from the dead, or Elijah, or Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. That's what people are whispering. That's the talk. But Jesus doesn't need you to tell him that. I mean, he's heard the rumblings too. What is Jesus fishing for? So who do you say that I am? Oh, okay, right? Okay. Yeah. There's the real question. But what's the answer? Is this a test? Surely this is a test. Here you are at this place, the wrong place, this pagan place, where no good Jew would be, Caesarea Philippi. You go all this way, way out, 20 miles away, and he says, "What? Who do you think I am? Let me tell you, baby, this is a test." But what's the answer? Simon steps forth. And of course, it would be Simon. Bumbling, act too fast, and stick your foot in your mouth. Simon. Nathaniel takes his arm and tries to kind of pull him back into the rank to keep him from embarrassing himself, embarrassing all of you. The whole walking on water thing is still fresh in everybody's mind. Simon. The name is so apropos. It means sinking sand, and Simon fits that name to a T. Big bravado and no follow-through. Simon, just get back in line and keep your mouth shut. But Simon doesn't keep his mouth shut. He hesitates for only a moment. You are the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God. He said it out loud. All of you have thought it. You've thought it in your minds. You've dreamed of it. You've longed for it. Oh, what would it be like, right? To be a disciple of the Messiah. You've all wanted it. But you know, it's one thing to think it in your mind, and it's another thing to say it out loud in front of everybody. Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah. For flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. And I tell you, you are Peter. And on this rock I'm going to build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. You are Petros. And on this Petra, this rock, I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it.